Hey Wes,
Hello.
how you doing?
Pretty good. I wasn't sure which one you were going to use, so I'll go with
I'm going to be using my virtual office to do these homework help videos, so I'm glad you emailed me to make sure that you're going to the right place. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me one of the problems that you brought with you that you're having issues with.
Okay, I have two problems. Is that all right?
That's perfect.
Okay. The first one is this.
Ooh, thank you for doing a screenshot. You are awesome. And the crowd that will be watching this video, I'm sure will be happy that you put a screenshot there. Okay, so, oh, you brought a doozy with you. So,
I got like 5 of those in the 1.3 homework. I can't figure them out.
okay, is your next one of these as well?
Yes.
Good, because this is a special case, because notice here, let me get my pen going. Here, you can see that there's no variable on the right-hand side of the equation. So
Right.
this is just like the equation. Remember, f of x is y. Y equals 1, which is a horizontal line. And that says to us, no matter what you plug in for x, y is 1, or f of x is 1.
Okay.
So, no matter what you plug in for x, whether it's some value or some expression, y is 1.
Okay.
So what we have here is 1 minus 1 over h. 0 over h is 0.
So basically all that headache.
All of that to get 0. When you get to calculus, this right here will make much more sense to you. I won't clog your brain with it now, but that answer of 0 will make much more sense to you.
Okay.
Okay? So shoot with your next one.
Just a second. Let's see, where did I put it? That's not it. It's not here.
Excellent, and I'll move it to the center here.
If only everybody would do this.
Oh, man, I know. This makes my life tons easier. We could have probably actually met at 11:30 because this is just going to zip right by for us. Make it a little bigger, make it easier on the eyes. Okay, so now, this is one of the doozy ones. Let me just split these problems here, and I'll use a different color. I'll actually use 2 colors because we are going to have to do some figuring. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete what we have at the top here, especially since we have a video. So I'm going to delete all this to give us plenty of room for this next one, because we'll need it.
And let me go ahead and get that copy off the printer, because that's why I left it.
Sure thing.
All right.
Okay. So, you have your basic difference quotient, and I'm just going to color code it for us before we start talking. We have f of x plus h, which is whatever you get when you plug x plus h in for x into the function.
Okay.
And then we have just the regular f of x, which is given to us. Right here. Okay? And then you're dividing everything by h. So the first thing we need to figure out is, what is f of x plus h? So we've got to go and plug x plus h into our original function. I'm going to get going on it. And if you want to try to work it while I'm working it, that would be delightful because you can check my work behind me. Okay, so f of x plus h is exactly what I get when I plug in x plus h into the function wherever I see x. So there's my first step of just plugging that thing in.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to start figuring this out. I'm going to start expanding this and multiplying it out. Don't forget, don't fall into the trap that x plus h is x squared plus h squared, because it's not. You've got that middle term, so you need to distribute all that out. So I'm just going to write it so that we can get ready to distribute. X plus h times x plus h. Plus, okay, I can go ahead and do some distribution here and multiply my 6 into those parentheses.
Okay.
And that is 6x plus 6h plus 3. And now I need to multiply each term with each term between those two binomials there. So that's my next step that I'm going to write out. -2 times. Okay, so x times x is x squared. X times h is positive xh. H times x is also positive xh. And h times h is positive h squared. And that's plus 6x plus 6h plus 3.
So basically all the x squared, h squared, and all the x and h is basically when you just forward it out?
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly where they all came from. Now I still have to distribute this -2. Actually, I can combine these two right here. That's a 2xh. And then I'll distribute. So before I distribute, I'm just going to combine those like terms. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 3. Okay, now I'm going to distribute that -2 to those three terms. And that gives me -2x squared plus, oh, I'm sorry, minus. Let me delete that. Minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 3. And there are no like terms that you can combine there. So that is f of x plus h. You cool so far?
Somewhat.
Okay, why somewhat? What's still confusing to you?
Right in here, I'm trying to figure out how to.
Okay, so you have a little panel on the left-hand side. The third icon down is a pen.
Okay. Right where here.
Okay.
That's where I lost it.
Okay, so all I did between this step and that step was combine my like terms.
Okay.
Right there. Did that help you understand it?
Much better.
Okay, and then I just went to go from let me get another color. To go from this next to last line to the last, I just distributed that -2 to those 3 terms inside the parentheses.
Let's see. Color coding, like you said last semester, does help.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
You ready to move forward with it?
Yes, we are.
Feels like you should be done, but all you've done at this point is figure out what f of x plus h is. Okay? So now we're actually going to plug all of our information into the difference quotient up there. Okay?
Okay.
So I start out with f of x plus h in the numerator. We now know that that's -2x squared, and actually I'm going to put it in parentheses, -2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 3, minus, now I subtract f of x, which we're given at the top there. I'm also going to put that into parentheses because that negative is going to distribute to all of those terms. -2x squared plus 6x plus 3, and that's all going to be divided by h.
Okay.
Okay.
And how many of these are going to be on our tests and quizzes?
At least 50. I'm kidding. I think there's one on there.
Okay, I was about to say.
Okay. Let me show you what I'm doing. The first thing I'm going to do is distribute the understood 1 to all those terms, which is just going to make the parentheses go away. And now the second one is important. I'm going to distribute that -1 to those 3 terms in the last trinomial there. And that's going to change the sign of all of those terms inside. So I now have -2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 3 plus 2x squared minus 6x minus 3. And that's all going to be divided by h.
And do we know what h is?
Nope. You will when you get to calculus. Okay, so here's the good thing about the difference quotient. Once you get to this point, you will always be able to do this. I have a -2x squared and a positive 2x squared. I have a positive 6x and a negative 6x. I have a positive 3 and a negative 3.
Okay, so you just basically eliminate both of them.
Not all of it, but I eliminated the entire f of x and 3 terms out of the f of x plus h.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to write a simplification step here. -4xh minus 2h squared plus 6h divided by h.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to be able to do something with that h with division. So in my numerator, and you'll always be able to do this as well, I want to factor out an H. You thought the F word was gone, didn't you, when you got out of 99? So I got to factor that by GCF. So they have a GCF of H in all those terms. So I'm left with negative 4x minus 2h plus 6 divided by h. And now I can come back and say h divided by h is 1. My final answer.
Negative 4x minus 2h plus 6.
Negative 4x minus 2h plus 6.
And that's the final answer?
That's it. It's not a feel-good answer.
Well, it's confusing. Okay. And I was expecting something small.
Well, I mean, it's compared to what you went through, it's small.
Yeah. It's a lot better than this is a lot more in depth than the first one.
Oh yeah, because in that first one you didn't have a variable to plug into, so you didn't have anywhere to put an x plus h in. So the main thing to take away from here is that you understand, let me get a different color here, that you understand that this notation here says to plug in x plus h wherever you see x in f of x.
You're getting better at the tablet.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This semester I'm really getting my chops up because I'm doing so much online lecturing this semester. So I'm glad to have the opportunity.
Great.
All right. Well, there we go. Thank you for allowing me to record, and I'm going to post this, and I'm sure you'll have floods of your classmates sending you thank you emails, because I'm willing to bet that many of them are having trouble with these same types of problems. So I appreciate you letting me make the homework help video with you today.
At least I didn't try just to talk you through writing all that problem out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Wes, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll probably say hey to you on Facebook.
All right, and see you later.
See ya.
Bye.